On today's episode, we'll be going over early reactions to Overlord and the Grinch, Disney reveals the name of its new streaming service, and a new Christmas-themed Deadpool 2 could be misleading this holiday season. Let's get started.
This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
Welcome, everyone, to Off the Break Podcast. I'm Cody. With me are Kyle and Eric this week.
What's up? What's up?
Hi.
Oh my gosh, we had such a good time at the movie last night. Can't wait to talk about it.
Oh yeah, you took the youngins, didn't you?
I did. I took my son and my dad. So
You didn't take both your sons?
no, my youngest son I think is too young still. He's
Oh,
Just
three.
probably
Okay.
attention span wise.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
3. It's
Right.
tough for the 5-year-old to he gets a
Yeah.
little bored in the middle of the movie, and that's when he starts getting out of his chair and
Mhm.
trying to lay on your
Act 2
lap.
problems.
They seem
Yeah.
just a tad bit older than 3 and 5 to me. I don't know why.
No, they look tiny.
Do they? Oh, maybe it's just me
They're
not
just the
knowing
smallest
anything.
little humans.
Yeah.
They come
Okay.
toddling in here and they're like, "Mommy!"
Yeah.
I think they freak everybody out. Oh, she has children. Little children
I just
monsters.
feel like I'm part of the background when they come in.
Yeah.
They're just walking around and they don't even see me. They'll go up to Kyle and grab that little dinosaur thing off his desk.
They
Yeah.
do like the little dinosaur thing. I don't know why I have that. Wasn't that theirs?
Yeah, it is theirs,
He
but they
planted-
leave it
He
there for
planted
you.
it there, so every time he comes back, he can play with it.
Yeah,
Out
you
in
can
the
go
open.
for it.
So you can't touch it.
Yeah.
It's his toy.
It's his toy that just happens to be on my desk.
Yeah. Well,
No, it's really cute.
it's good that it's there because it distracts him from that ball thing you have on your desk.
Oh, he still plays with it
Oh,
too.
the classic. What are those called? Things that
Oh, I'm spacing on the name of
pull
it.
one
It's
and then it
named
knocks
after
the other one. And
It's
just goes
named
back
after
like,
some fancy scientist.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Newton's Cradle. Isn't that what it's
Newton,
called?
yeah, it was
I think
Newton's
it's Newton's
Cradle. That's what it is. Yeah, they still play with it also, but that's no big deal.
Yeah. I tried to put obstacles in their path though.
Is that why? is that why there's boxes
Distractions
right next
one
to?
by one.
I don't know if you've noticed they've left cookies and stuff too on your desk
Yeah,
before.
sometimes I get some nice treats.
I have
Yeah,
crumbs
like half
all
eaten.
over my keyboard.
Actually, part of that could be me too, because I snack there a lot. So could be me, could be them. It's hard to say.
Right.
But no, they're wonderful. They're
Well,
awesome.
how did he and you like the movie then?
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cute, guys. It
Nice.
was perfect. They really stick to the original cartoon version of Grinch's story. And so, but they also added a parallel story in the film of Cindy Lou Who and her mom. And they kind of update her family story. So Cindy Lou Who's mom is a single mom and she has 2 little twin baby brothers, and her Christmas wish is just to help her mom because her mom works evenings and then takes care of them all day and she's tired and she just needs help. So it's like
Oh,
It's actually really cute. Yeah.
incredibly
right,
wholesome.
like
Nice touch.
heartwarming
Yeah.
and
Doesn't change the story too much
No.
for her as well.
but
So.
adds this nice depth. So so that's what she wants to do and her Christmas wish. And so to accomplish that, she's going to trap Santa. And Santa's the Grinch and he's trying
Right.
to steal Christmas, but she's
gonna
going to
trap Santa and
she's-
force him to help
Yeah.
her mom.
So they do eventually have that classic scene where they meet up, right?
They do.
Okay,
yes.
good. So that's how it probably. Okay,
I can see that
gotcha.
working.
Yeah. I think that could work too.
And
That's awesome.
obviously Cindy Lou Who shows the Grinch the true meaning of Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
Presents.
Beautiful.
It's not presents.
The presents.
No, it's presents.
It's not presents. That's what grew his heart. Was that it's not presents.
And it was what?
Well, I
Grew
feel
3
like-
sizes too big.
Dexter's Laboratory would disagree. I
Yeah.
would say it's all about the presents.
See, Eric gets it. No, but that's a nice little twist for
Yeah.
the modern
'cause
era.
I guess I was wondering how they were gonna,
Update the story.
like, pad it out. I guess
Yeah.
or
To a
flesh it
2-hour
out.
length.
Yeah. Well,
Again.
I'm guessing it's probably like
It's-
80, 90 minutes.
Okay, so an
Yeah,
hour and a
it's
half.
definitely less. If we were there a while because this theater here just throws on so many
You
unneeded
don't want to see
trailers.
like 35 trailers.
Not with
before
your
every movie.
5-year-old.
Yeah, with your little 5-year-old.
Yeah,
He's already
when the trailers
aged.
add up to probably like half the length of the movie
Yeah.
already.
yeah. Movies for younger audiences really need to know not to have too many trailers. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you
But
want to
you get-
advertise for your movie, but
But it's not like you can purposefully get there a little bit later knowing there's all the previews because you
No.
have to find a seat.
yeah,
Yeah, with
there's still that
the
problem.
5-year-old, it's like
Mhm.
Oh,
and you
on.
want to sit together, you can't be like, oh, you go sit over there and I'll sit over here. I mean,
See you after the movie, honey.
yeah,
Yeah.
enjoy yourself.
Sitting next to that strange big man.
Yeah.
What did you think of Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch?
Oh, I loved his voice.
Yeah.
It was perfect for this character. They updated the Grinch. He's not as mean to Max as in previous films, so that's good.
Oh, okay.
They have more of like a master dog relationship. Like he's always scratching him,
Yeah.
and petting
Yeah.
him and stuff. So that's
I guess that
Kinda
makes
like
sense.
He gets
nowadays.
annoyed, but you know he loves him.
yeah.
Just like, get away.
I mean, that makes sense nowadays because everyone's so touchy when it comes to that
Right.
type of stuff. Like if he was like really mean to the dog, people would be like, oh, "That's
Oh, Peter would
awful.
jump down.
That is so
jump down illuminations.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
The original like 60s cartoon, he was like throwing him and like
Yeah.
kicking him. No, none of
It's
that
like,
happens in
jeez.
this.
and like I mean, for me, I'd be like, man, that kind of stinks because like that's the Grinch to
Yeah,
me.
the
but
Grinch is nasty.
yeah, for this climate, I get it.
Like the worst thing he does is he sends him away and then he comes back and apologizes. Be like, I'm sorry, Max.
And Peter's like, nope, too late, too late.
The
One
damage is
strike.
done.
But Max is super cute,
Yeah.
definitely full of personality. And then they introduce a new character, Fred, the reindeer.
I was wondering if that was
Is that the
going to be
guy
like
who-
an actual.
Yeah, was
Isn't that just like
He's
Max?
in a.
Isn't
He,
that the guy who
another
shoots his
version of
head
Max.
full of whipped cream?
yes,
Ew.
that
So
scene is in it.
gross.
He
I don't
does it
like
all
it.
90 minutes.
It's just like, ugh.
It's a-
just if you imagine
it is a
actually like
cartoon,
what must be
Eric.
happening. I know, but like, ugh.
So
yeah.
I like to. Fred was really cute. He's not in it a lot because Fred has a little reindeer family, and
Sure.
there's a mini baby Fred. Oh, so cute. Even my son was like, "Oh, baby reindeer." So cute. So yeah, and Fred plays a role kind of at the end, which is really fun. And then
Nice.
and then there's the other kind of change from the previous one is that unlike the Jim Carrey version, the Who's don't really like cringe and like recoil from the Grinch. They don't really notice him. They just kind of think he's another Who there. But
Okay.
there's one
So he's more accepted.
kind of, they just don't notice him. You know, he's walking
Just like
through
not really
and
a big deal.
Yeah.
like he doesn't have this
Which is funny.
infamous reputation.
that's why he can
Which
walk
is
through
funny
the
'cause
grocery
isn't he
store.
green? Like he's
Yeah.
green and they're not, and they're just like, who?
They don't care about his color.
They don't.
I mean, I
They-
guess that's a good point. That is a good lesson.
Maybe they
I should
only-
know better.
Maybe they only see Christmas colors. Not everybody's either
Yeah,
red
he's
or green.
green. That's
I mean,
part of
that
Christmas.
could be that too.
One of us.
Yeah.
That part, I think I would be like, I don't know if I like that, just because between the, I almost said Chuck Norris version, but the Chuck Lorre Grinch and Jim Carrey's Grinch, like that's just always been that type of Grinch to me, just the recoil and run away from kind of Grinch. So that I think I would have been like, I don't know if I like it as much, but apparently it
Yeah.
works for this version.
I think it works.
Yeah.
And then he's like chased by Christmas carolers, but they sing actual Christmas carols, not like weird yeah, not weird Who gibberish ones. And I was kind of like,
chants.
yeah, I was like, this feels kind of weird. Like they should be really weird little Who.
Yeah.
Doing their weird
Garbage.
Who singing with their
Yeah.
Who instruments.
Not
I
like
don't know what
actually
they're called.
deck the halls.
Yeah, they sing like Jingle Bell Rock or something.
Get out of here with his pop culture references.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
want
I
Who
thought,
Yeah,
culture.
I think that would have been weird for me too.
and then my biggest criticism, and this is just me, but they updated Your Immune One, Mr. Grinch song to be like,
Tyler the Creator's. I heard
Yeah.
I heard that version, yeah.
and that's
Oh,
cool
yeah,
in the
yeah.
trailer, but in the movie,
Oh, that's actually the one in the movie.
yeah,
too?
and he doesn't sing the whole song. He sings like he like mouths snippets of it in like this hip hop version.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you're just butchering that song. So I did want that. I didn't appreciate that change. I don't mind them.
You gotta hold on to
creating-
some bit of tradition.
Yeah, I don't mind them creating like a more urban hip hop song, but it didn't need to be the Grinch's song. I feel like that's Illumination's like thing, is to have one of those kind of like hip hoppy songs, because Despicable Me had them, and
Yeah.
I
gotta
just
appeal to.
yeah, and I
younger
didn't think that
crowd.
Grinch needed that at all.
Real quick, I said Chuck Lorre created the cartoon. My bad, it's Chuck Jones. Chuck Lorre created like Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
getting
gonna
all my
say,
Chucks
is that where-
confused, so my bad. I meant to say Chuck Jones. I know who
Oh,
they
yeah,
all
Two
are.
and a
I'm
Half
good
Men
now.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Two and a Half Men Chuck made
Yeah, exactly.
classic
Like I
Grinch
said it.
cartoon.
I almost said Chuck Norris and I said Chuck Lorre, and I was like, that still doesn't sound right. So I had to
Yeah.
double check. It's Chuck Jones.
Your instincts were
I
right.
needed to get that off my chest because
Good.
otherwise I would just be sweating the whole time. So anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Super cute movie. I think everybody would be really happy with it, though. I mean, it doesn't change so much that you're like, what am I watching? I think people are going to be really pleased with it. So
Nice.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it does this week and maybe going again.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Have you seen many of Illumination's
I've
movies?
seen them all.
Seen them all? Which ones do you
A
like out of
diehard.
them all? Do you think Grinch is now a new one for you, or
Grinch is probably up there. I like the original Despicable Me the
Mhm.
most.
Love that one.
2 and 3 are okay.
sure?
And then I really like Sing. So
Oh yeah,
Hop.
Sing is a pretty good one.
Mhm.
What about Hop?
Hop is probably okay.
Let's not talk
Yeah.
about
I
Hop.
remember the previews for that.
Yeah,
It's like, this looks like one of the worst animated things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
it probably was considered. Yeah, no, let's not talk about
But
Hop.
I think the original Despicable Me is probably still my number one.
Yeah.
And then Sing is really good, but I kind of like the end of Sing. I think it's a little slow in the beginning. And then this would
Mhm.
probably be my number 2. I really liked Grinch.
Nice.
So.
Cool. I was just curious.
Nice.
Well,
Well, how family friendly and
Wholesome.
jovial was Overlord?
Yeah.
Not that at all.
Did you
But
go away feeling tingly and happy and ready for the holidays?
No.
I feel like you could in the movie's own certain way.
I mean, if that's your cup of tea,
Like,
then
I mean, I don't know
maybe,
anything about it,
but
but if you like, if they come away having triumphed over these evil Nazi zombies, it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty cool. It's uplifting. It's good to.
it's definitely pretty cool. Not so much uplifting in the Christmas sense, but maybe uplifting in, I don't know, hoorah rah, go America type feel.
Did you see the headless, the
Yes.
spine and the head talk?
It's in there. Yep.
Creepy, right?
It's
Ugh.
I was that's just like I don't want to give too much away about that because that's really cool to watch, but
Yeah. Does she
um,
turn her face and you're like, I just remember that scene and it's
I
just,
just said I
stuck
don't
with
want
me.
to talk too much about it.
It's so disturbing.
Thumbs
But
up,
no,
thumbs
that's-
down.
Yes, thumbs up. Disturbing is a great way to describe it because there's a lot of moments where just the blood, the gore,
Ooh, yeah.
like
Headlessness.
bones, headlessness, bones turning. Like it's just, it's really for a type of crowd
Give it to me.
that yes, exactly. Like people such as yourself, Eric, will love this movie, and I had a really great time with it. Like it's at first you think it's gonna be a typical war movie. Like if you haven't seen trailers anyway, you'll think it's a typical war movie, but it's impressive right out the gate with its action. But then like once they really get into like the beats of what the actual story is, like it's just a lot of fun.
Is
to
it kind of
watch.
like
It's just insanity.
Is it like kind of like a mystery as it develops in the beginning? Is it kind of like a gradual discovery of this? You know, like you said, it starts out as a basic war movie, but then as it
Yeah.
goes, like little by little, you're like, okay, what is going on here?
Yeah, because there's a MacGuffin of them trying to like destroy this one place, so that way they can help get a step forward to winning the war.
Mhm.
But when they go to said MacGuffin, that's where the mystery really starts to take forward.
Oh,
Like it's not right away in the beginning. So there's just a little while where you'll be
I'm
curious as
excited.
to like when it's gonna happen. But when it does, it just hits you right in the face, and then you just go,
Yeah.
blood, bullets, swearing, action, violence. And if that's your cup of tea,
All
then
that good
really,
stuff.
really you will enjoy this. Like this is such a fun movie to watch in the theater, just because you're gonna be like on the edge of your seat, just going like,
Oh,
"What
I
am I
imagine,
watching?
yeah.
And why is this so cool to watch?"
I feel like it's right up my alley. I'm gonna be sitting in the theater. I'm just gonna be having the best time laughing at all the gore.
It's definitely for a type of crowd. It's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but for those who
I feel like
are,
you would know if it's your cup
Yeah,
of tea
exactly.
or
If
not
you know,
before
then-
you go in.
yeah, if you know, you will have a good time.
It's not mine.
I was just gonna
Yes.
say it's probably your cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
there? You know,
It's not mine.
No,
is
it's
disturbing.
definitely not going to be for everyone.
And I
but
think
those who want to see it,
Yeah.
enjoy
I
yourselves.
think I could handle it because it is an interesting take on a zombie film, but not a Thanksgiving or Christmas.
oh
I'm
come
like,
on, that's like the perfect.
I want my
time.
Hallmark
I really-
love movies. I don't.
I want to.
Yeah,
I would want to go.
Overlord.
I would want to go see that, see all the blood and talking spines or whatever there is, and then I'd be like, "Ooh, now I just want to go feast on Thanksgiving Day."
It's nice counter
Like, that movie made me
programming.
hungry.
It's nice
What?
counter programming,
Eric.
not so much
Eric,
like
what is wrong with you?
Just kidding. Just saying.
I don't
it's
know
like
if
a
he
good,
is.
It's a good time.
There is a twinkle in that man's eye right now. He is excited.
there's always a twinkle in Eric's eye.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, it's just counter programming for the season, but honestly, it could be counter programming for any part of the year. Like it could have been in November, it could have been in March.
It should have probably been the March.
No, this is the perfect
Maybe
time.
September would have been a better time.
This is the perfect
I everybody talks about counter programming at the holidays, but it never works. Like it just doesn't do well.
Works for me.
People want happy movies.
I feel like
everyone.
I feel like Overlord's pretty happy.
I feel like that's such a
It
minority.
will make those people happy when they
I mean,
see
I still
heads
have to
blowing
see
out.
it, but I would put money down that I'm gonna come away just like I am uplifted right now.
Eric will have a good time, that's for sure.
Ugh,
Yeah,
yucky, Eric.
for the type of people that are interested in it, you will like it. That's for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does it have a twist ending or anything? Or?
Let's just stay away from that.
No, he doesn't have to give the details.
No, just I don't
Eric's-
even want to know.
Is there something that like
No, I mean it's once you see what the story is, like you'll really
kind of
satisfied.
ends how you expect?
yeah, I guess.
We
like
will
there
talk
really
more about
isn't-
this next week after Baby Ears has seen it.
I mean, sure, but I think he'll agree with me that like it's
Yeah.
as straightforward as it gets.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm
I wanna
excited.
know
I know
what-
which of those two movies I'm seeing.
I don't want to see it, but I want to know all the details of the story.
Okay, I'll tell you all the bloody scenes in it, I suppose.
Okay, I just don't want to visually see it. I saw that little bit of footage at CinemaCon back in like April, and
That's
it's
some-
still
You
obviously
stuck
haven't
with
stopped
me.
thinking
That's
about it.
ballsy
Yeah.
footage to show for CinemaCon. Like
Yeah.
that's impressive that
Yeah,
they
here's our
showed that
movie.
scene.
They're
Hope you
"We-
Like
enjoy
that's
it.
that's
We've
all.
got this movie. Blah.
Yeah, like out of all the scenes, I would not expect them to choose that one. But I mean, it's a very quick scene, but it's
one last
impressive.
question about the movie.
Yeah.
Is it like a shorter movie? Is it a long movie?
No, it's short.
It's a nice brief little.
Yeah, it might just be
Adventure.
because the pacing is so fast that it feels short, but I would say it's probably an hour and a half.
Cool. Well, I'm excited.
Yeah,
Well, on to our next big story.
Yeah.
which is
There's gonna be some good movies coming out before Fantastic Beasts. Just saying to wrap that up.
Oh yeah, Overlord.
Yeah. No.
Exclusively.
Overlord
We'll
and
see
the
which
Grinch.
one
There's
does
a good
better.
compromise.
But no, Disney.
Disney.
The behemoth that is Disney
Yes.
announced, unveiled, lifted the curtains on the streaming service's name.
Yes.
And Cody, what is it called?
It is. Are you ready? Disney Plus.
Oh man.
Plus, everybody.
Plus as in
Plus
like
everybody.
plus as in like a lot of more Disney.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
Disney
I get it.
Yeah,
Extra.
straightforward to me.
Disney Plus more content.
Yeah,
Disney Beyond.
That would have been better.
Disney Beyond. Yeah, I mean, cool. Like, I mean, it's
I mean,
a name.
it's like it's nice to actually have a name that we can refer to instead of just saying
The
Disney's
Disney
upcoming streaming service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of
But-
something like that.
I mean, when's that supposed to be launching now? Here
Next year.
like
In
early, mid,
I think
late.
late.
I thought
I
I read
think-
it was late.
I think
We've
it's
been
late.
reading about it for
No,
a
I'm
while
pretty sure
now.
it's late 2019, but I know
Okay.
that they're trying to create a buffer of getting their stuff off other streaming sites.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they're going to be doing that and then trying to stock up on all of the stuff that they want to have on there, so that when
Yeah.
it does come out, it's like content overload. So people aren't like, why am I getting this? There's nothing on here.
I know that they named it Disney Plus, but everybody's gonna go with Disney streaming.
Yeah, or just
Plus makes no sense.
Or just Disney streaming service.
Because
I don't know.
they
Plus makes sense. It just doesn't
Yeah.
have a nice ring to it, I guess. Like it's a very
it's just kind of generic.
generic but easy answer to why.
You know
it's
that you
called
have these all these other streaming services have, like Netflix and Hulu. They have names that don't sound like anything else,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like,
Disney Plus.
yeah, I don't want to say that many syllables. Hulu, Netflix, they're 2 syllables. Disney Plus, that's 3. That's too much. That's too much.
What should it be called then? If we could come up with a name for the Disney streaming service.
Disney. I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't
I'm
know,
just trying to
Disney.
imagine. I'm trying to imagine. I'm trying to
I think
imagine
Disney
in the
should
future.
hire you.
People are like, I'm trying to imagine down the line because people are always like, oh man, is that on Netflix? Yeah. Oh, you can find this on Netflix. People are like, oh man, is that on Disney Plus? Yeah, man, go on Disney Plus. You can find it. That just doesn't sound right.
I want to see those commercials where they're like, Disney Plus, man, it's the bee's knees. And like they all sing a song together or something.
Whatever Disney does.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know
I
what
have to
else
think
the name
about
could
it,
be,
but they could have played off like I think one of the better ones is like D23, that their Disney Expo and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
but that's the expo name though.
I know, but they could have played off something like that. They could have used
DP.
'Cause-
Disney Plus.
yeah. I don't know. We'll have to think about it, and we'll
Mouse House.
put our mouse house.
I mean, that's not so bad.
No.
Like that would make sense.
I just think of that because I feel like that's like
That should be like little kids streaming, mouse house streaming.
Actually,
yeah,
your
like how Netflix
toddlers.
has a little Netflix kids section.
Yeah.
that's a
It's
good
like
point.
Disney Plus.
You go to the
And
mouse house section.
You're now entering the Mouse House.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It
I'm just-
is in line with ESPN Plus, which is the ESPN
Yeah, Disney's
streaming.
got their
Disney
got their
Plus.
Yeah,
their cookie
consistency.
cutter
Disney,
thing, their uniform.
they love their
Yeah.
approach.
consistency, that's for sure. I mean, as for their content, like we've talked about this before, like we think it's going to be the type of films where they're like, it could be in theaters, but not many people will go see it, so we'll throw it on.
Why risk it?
Right.
Just
Yeah.
dump it on Disney Plus.
So like Nutcracker would probably be one. I would honestly think Christopher Robin would also have been one.
yeah.
Yeah. And
If
they're-
if Disney Plus, I hate saying it already. If that thing had existed at the time those movies came
Yeah.
out, they definitely probably would have.
I mean, they've said that Lady and the Tramp, their remake is
Oh,
going
yeah,
to be
that's going
on the
straight to that.
service. Yeah.
I think my biggest criticism, and I'm sure Disney Plus will be super successful. How can it not? That's where you're gonna get new Star Wars stories and new Marvel stories is on this, so it's gonna be successful. It's
Plus
just
their whole library.
I
Like
think
that's a lot.
right. I think it's just in general, this is kind of a criticism of all the streaming sites in general, is how many streaming sites are you going to subscribe to in the future?
Yeah.
True.
And who's going to lose out, and where,
I think it's gonna bring back pirating
I wonder,
in a
yeah,
big way.
it could, but I wonder if people would be like, okay, I know that the new, whatever prequel to the Rogue One
Yeah.
is going to be streamed and it's going to go.
Oh yeah, Diego Luna's character.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Cassian.
maybe this month I'll just get Disney Plus and
Just go through an endless cycle of making new emails for free trials and then
Or-
canceling that.
or just getting it for a month and
Yeah.
be like, okay, Disney, here's my $10. I'll
binge all
binge
of this
it.
within 30
yeah
days.
of the stuff I want to see, because
and
really
then I'll step back, and then maybe if season 2 comes out, I'll come back.
yeah. And so I wonder if you're gonna see a behavioral change with people in streaming where they are picking their streaming accounts and
That's a good point.
becoming
Definitely.
more, I don't know, like more managing them better.
I mean, I've kind of done that with like premium channels. Like,
Yeah.
like for Game of Thrones, I'll be like, okay, I'll get HBO for Game of Thrones, and then
cancel.
Yeah, or I'll get Showtime for Twin Peaks. Oh, it's over. I don't need Showtime anymore. Cancel.
Right.
I mean, for me, DC Universe finally unveiled. Well, DC Universe is their streaming service now, and I've been debating about wanting to spend money on it because like all their stuff is cool and would be nice to have, but I'm already spending money on
Netflix and
yeah,
Hulu.
yeah,
and-
exactly. Like, why I don't really
Yeah.
have the budget to be able to afford another one,
See,
even
that
if
was-
it is like a monthly short.
Right. That's what I
amount
loved
type
about
thing.
Netflix, was that you could get a little bit of all of this kind of stuff in one place.
Right.
It's like a golden corral.
Yeah.
And Netflix still has the best. Netflix and I would say Amazon Prime to a certain extent have the best like young kids section.
Yeah.
So I would probably continue to keep those two as my main streaming that I'll just
I don't
never
think
take
Netflix
off.
will ever go away.
No.
At this point, Netflix is like synonymous with just streaming.
Yeah.
You know, Netflix is the standard.
But I
They're
can
not the
Everything
movie
else,
mailing
everything
site
else are just
anymore.
Netflix spin-offs or
Right.
Yeah.
Netflix rip-offs.
But I can
Exactly.
see myself being like, okay, hubby, let's get Disney Plus because I really want some Marvel stuff this month,
Mhm.
and we've got some extra time, and something big's coming out, and then I'm like, let's get rid of that, and then let's get Hulu this month because I know that by now all of the I like Bob's Burgers, so all the new episodes of Bob's
Oh, yeah.
Burgers should be coming back
Right,
on,
right.
and and just managing it a little bit better so that each month I'm not spending like $80 in like subscription fees because I want like
really
8 different services.
I wonder if they'll start altering their like terms and conditions or something. So like when you sign up, you're signing up for like a mandatory 3-month period.
Exactly. If
or
they start
6-month
realizing
period.
that people could that people could be doing a carousel situation like what you're predicting could happen, like they have to immediately be like, no, once you sign up, like you sign up for a year and you can't do anything about it until the year ends. And then that would be terrible because maybe in the middle you actually do realize, oh, I can't afford this, I need to unsubscribe.
They're gonna be like
tough.
How cable companies like went after you. You broke our contract.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Pay us all this money.
It's gonna be touchy. Like it really will.
I think consumers are gonna be in for a shock that the way streaming's been easy and cheap now isn't gonna be that way in the future.
Before you know it, you're gonna have 6, 7, 8, 9 streaming services that you're paying for, and you probably won't realize it. And then you'll look at it and you'll be like, "This is just like the same, if not worse, than paying for cable." And they're gonna be like, "This, I thought cutting the cord was supposed to
be cheap
and better in every way.
Right
now, this is just the same thing but different."
And I guess it's never really been an issue, but I really think having the Disney service will be like that catalyst. Disney Plus will be that catalyst because there'll be stuff on it you want to watch.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's just the nature of Disney. They have something for literally everybody.
Yeah.
Whether it's old or new.
And they can do it. So
they can do it for sure. But I think Cody is onto something that this carousel of choosing which ones that you need to keep, like it's gonna have maybe not like the biggest impact, but it's gonna be a noticeable one.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to wait till late 2019 to
find out what's on it.
Decide that.
And I probably won't. It'll take a couple years. It'll take a while, but I just can't see myself spending $10 a month for a bunch of just Star Wars or Marvel or stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm assuming they're going to be like 8 to 10 episode season things. So it's like, I would just get. I was kind of joking earlier, but now that I think more about it, I can see people getting the free trials, binging the stuff that they want, and then just like, okay, that was really cool. Now I'm just gonna go back to just having Netflix.
Yeah, because what I really liked about Netflix wasn't just the movies, but there was TV shows, and it wasn't just all their original content. Because to be honest, I rarely actually watch original stuff on there, but I liked having like comedy. Like my husband and I have gotten really into comedy specials, and that's kind of fun at night.
Yeah.
And then, like I said earlier, the kids stuff has just been so amazing. They can just go their kids section. I don't have to worry about commercials or anything. Like that to me is really important. But they don't love watching Disney movies all the time. They have their little shows. We watch Aquanauts and
classic.
Yeah, and
I guess I don't know.
Aquanauts is awesome. What else do we watch? I don't know. Dino Trucks.
Yeah,
and
you've told me about that Dino Trucks one many times. They're trying to get me to watch it.
Yes.
Sounds like that show's still going strong.
She's told me about it many
plot
times.
Is thickening.
We really like our Dino Trucks in our house and Aquanauts and other things. So we occasionally watch the movies and stuff, but we never. It's tough to sit down to watch a movie, and sometimes in the mornings we just like to put on a short episode of something.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Whenever you want.
Yeah. Every day is Saturday.
The one that's the most popular in our house right now is Kung Fu Panda. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, well, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. We have watched Kung Fu Panda movies so much.
That's amazing.
So, and we'll ask them, okay, which panda do you want? 1, 2, or 3?
And they're like, all
Panda
of them.
2.
Yeah.
Panda 2.
Oh, you choose the first one.
No, Panda 3.
Yeah. No, it's like you were there in my house.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, some of Disney's content like that they've been announcing too, like it's Marvel and it's Star Wars, but I still am not that interested in seeing it. Like they're announcing a Loki show and a Falcon and Winter Soldier team up show, and I'm just
Scarlet
like,
Witch has a show, I think. I'm never gonna watch those.
I don't really need them. Like they're great characters, but I like them for what they are in the movies. Like I really don't need them to have their own shows, you know?
No.
So like why do I want to spend money when I don't know. Like some of their stuff, like, while it probably could appeal to the mass audiences, like, just for me personally, like, I just don't see any sort of need to go see their shows or to subscribe.
Hopefully they're good, because I mean, like, the biggest problem with these Netflix Marvel shows, you know, Luke Cage and Iron Fist both got canceled.
Right.
I think the biggest problem is they have all these like 12, 13 episode seasons, but most of the story is in like 4 or 5 episodes.
Oh yeah,
so you just get so much filler and all this padding where it's just kind of meandering and doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Just because they have to fill out the contractual 13 episode season.
Yeah, most of their shows could have easily have been 8 to 10 episodes.
Yeah, and so I feel like
Daredevil, I think, is the one exception. Daredevil's always been good.
I loved season 1. I never watched it after that.
Oh, keep going.
I also think that that's a issue too with how Marvel is set up. So Marvel movies got put under a different branch under Kevin Feige. But Marvel TV is still under the comics and that Ike Perlmutter.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's right.
And I just think that it really lacks the creativity and the cohesion and the quality.
Oh yeah.
That the films have. And so if they're going to continue to have the TV still be under that other guy and that whole mess over there, then I just the quality's not going to be there. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's just for Marvel, and then we have yet to see what's going to happen with any Star Wars films.
I mean, they only have 2 series announced, and they both sound promising. It's like,
and they've got great filmmakers behind them.
The approach they seem to be taking isn't like some big story. I mean, the Rogue One prequel thing just sounds like the different kind of spy espionage missions that the rebels went on in the early years.
But
and
that character was not that
no,
cool.
None of the characters were cool in Rogue One.
Like,
but I mean, maybe this is a
characters,
chance because I love Diego Luna. I think he's incredibly charismatic and he's a great actor. It was just the writing in Rogue One. All the characters were lifeless and boring.
So like,
but this will probably be a good, chance to course correct.
It's sad when the android is the best character.
Yeah, and even that, I feel like it's the easiest, it's the lowest hanging fruit to make a charismatic Star Wars droid.
Yeah.
I know, but he was so good. But I think that's because the other characters were so bad.
Yeah.
That and Alan Tudyk is awesome.
Yes, you can't go wrong with that ginger.
He's going to be playing a villain in one of DC's newest shows.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought that was cool.
Well, and, Netflix and this whole streaming thing is just going to have such a huge impact on the film and the theatrical release calendar, and we can even see it now. Mowgli was a film that was produced by Warner Brothers. It was going to be Warner Brothers Jungle Book. It had Jon Favreau? No, Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, yeah.
Andy Serkis behind it. It was supposed to be his big directorial debut. There was going to be a lot of stuff.
Technically, yeah.
But
a big major movie.
I mean, they even talked about it at CinemaCon. I saw Mowgli footage at CinemaCon.
It was like a big time, real, legit movie.
Yeah. And then I think the film was just not too, I don't know, like how to describe it. It was just too serious, not the audience pleaser that, say, like Disney had got to the market first with. It was definitely more gritty. It was more real. Mowgli was in a cage. It was not what I think audiences were expecting. I think Warner's realized that sometime after CinemaCon, after they had shown that footage. And because we even said, we're like, we can't play it. Like, this is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough sell.
It's going to be hard to find that audience.
So they sold it to Netflix. And I'm like, okay, that seems like a perfect Netflix show. But now we've just lost a big theatrical release to Netflix. Well, I don't think that sat well with a lot of people, because now Netflix is trying to give a theatrical run for Mowgli 1 week before it comes out on Netflix day and date. And why?
See, we're a real company. We put movies in theaters.
Yeah.
I think it's that, and they also want to try and get that visual effects nomination at the Oscars, those technical awards.
But that's
probably part of it too.
Completely disingenuous, this theatrical run. Like, I don't even know if you could call it that. It is playing in like New York, LA, London, in select theater locations.
I mean, it's the same as what some other movies do as well.
Yeah,
like,
but
they always have their
but those other
stay
movies
there and then they expand and go to other theaters.
Yeah,
and
but
make
those
the
are by
rounds.
other actual distributors who are going to platform it out.
Yeah.
1 week later it's on VOD, and
Yeah, that's I see that point now.
so
yeah.
they're only ever doing it to qualify for an awards run, and
It's like
then
you don't really care at all about a
Yeah.
movie's theatrical run.
no, and they only want select theaters. They'll never put it in your theater. Like if you wanted
Right.
it in your theater, like, oh, Mowgli, even though it's on VOD, maybe I think I'd want to play it. No, they're not looking for you out there. They're not looking for your little sixplex or
that's true.
fiveplex. They're not looking to actually have a distribution team. They're not a studio. They're not looking to distribute. They probably have one guy who can call up literally like a dozen theaters and be like, hey, can you play this for us to qualify?
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's just for a week.
Yeah. And then you'll have your exclusive and won't be on VOD.
And then you can go back
It's
to normal.
It really is a winning situation for them either way.
They get all of the prestige of qualifying for the awards and all the publicity
Maybe.
for it.
Maybe if the Oscars let them.
Yeah. And then, or any other awards
Yeah.
thing. And then they don't do anything for it to be in theaters.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't like it.
There is rumblings that they may push it for a wider release. I just don't know how wide they're talking about.
Hint, probably not that wide.
It could be. It really could be. But there is.
I'd be
talk
shocked
about
if it was
happening.
500 locations.
Yeah, I would be
That
too.
would be
but
like bigger footprint than you've ever seen.
but what if they did though?
Well, I would be happy if they started doing it, but I just would be hard pressed to find many theaters that would play it VOD. I mean, I think they should go wider. They should have actual theatrical windows where it plays in the theater, especially for these filmmakers that are used to making movies for theaters and have that expectation. They're
That's
only
kind of like a huge part of it is like,
Yeah.
this is going to be on the big screen, seen by a giant audience experiencing it together.
Yeah.
You know, that's like one of the biggest things that comes with making a movie. Like everyone in the crew, they're like, yeah, this is going to be on the big screen.
And right now Netflix is only doing that to appease the talent, to appease these higher profile directors and producers that are working with them. I mean, it's not a big deal for like a Shonda Rhimes to go to Netflix and create content because she only ever saw her stuff on TV. It was basically streaming. It was this unnamed audience in their homes. But I think you get into movies and there's just this expectation amongst talent, amongst consumers that the movies should, if they're really quality movies, they should be seen in theaters.
Yeah. I mean, I would like for these type of movies to be seen in theaters too, but for the casual audience member, I mean, if they're able to go see in the theater, maybe they'll go check it out, but odds are if it's in the comfort of their home, like they'll most likely check it out there.
Because people are lazy.
Well, yeah.
Lazy. Get
Yeah.
out there in the world and get your money out.
Travel
Pay the
down to
theater.
LA or New York, buy a ticket.
Or London. If you're in London, you might be able to see Mowgli on the big screen.
Well, that's what I mean by like there could be a wider release. If there could be a wider release, it could be a surprise to how many people come out to see it. Or not. Maybe the trailer that they released doesn't really work out as well as it could have, but I don't know. It's just most likely people will probably see this in their homes, unfortunately, but if it does become a wider release, it could be interesting to see just how many people set out to go check
after
it out.
it's on VOD. I mean,
After or before, like
it
I don't
happens.
know exactly when the release for it being on VOD
Right.
is going to be.
So this brings up some interesting questions. I could see theaters playing this stuff while it's on VOD, but they're not going to want to give them premium ticket prices. They're not, you're not going to have your Dolby Atmos Cinema $20 ticket and be like, play Mowgli when it's on VOD right now. You're going to want to give that like a $5 ticket price. And sure, $5 come in, we'll let you play it. It gives you some room to buy some popcorn. We all make money off this.
Yeah.
I only say that like if they do push for a wider release and we could be surprised by more people coming out to see it than expected, is because like Netflix's trailer for this movie actually looks better than what Warner's released a few months ago. Like it still looks gritty, but still has a family friendly vibe to it that I think could work for some audience members a lot more than what Warner's was trying for. So I just think
It's
like
just the nature of the editing, though.
it
Like,
could be that too.
Trailers usually get better, like with the second and third trailers,
'Cause
once more things
This
are
just,
done.
but this just looks like a completely different type of marketing strategy than what
Mowgli's
Warner's was
been
going
done for a few
Yeah, it's not like
years.
Netflix recut the movie or changed anything.
no,
They
like-
probably just edit it to give it a different feel.
Yeah, but I mean, if the marketing can get audiences into the seats, like then it did its job.
But the problem with Netflix editing it to be more family friendly is it's not. And so Warner's has to toe that line of being faithful to what the product actually is, because it'll be bad publicity. You go, and then if it's not what audiences are expecting, then you get that cinema score. You get that huge drop off. You get all that negative publicity. No one's doing that for Netflix. They have never experienced that. They don't have any consequences for bad editing because
they went either way.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, it's part of my subscription. I didn't actually pay for this. There wasn't invested in it. They're not going to get online and be like, oh, that Mowgli misled me. I watched that with my children. He was in a cage.
I think you're right. I think that's your rough draft already.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's all very interesting.
It is all very interesting, but
speaking of minimal, obligatory, questionable theatrical runs, Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Yeah, last big story of the day.
We had a really big conversation about this morning, about how it's just Deadpool 2 with all the cussing and the
more raunchy stuff.
Yeah, cut out.
Kind of what Deadpool is.
Yeah. Cut out for a PG-13 rating, but they're adding this like Christmas element of him reading to Fred Savage in the bed, like
yeah, it's just like a bookend
in
to the movie. I'm guessing.
Was it Princess Bride?
Yeah.
Bridesmaid? No, Princess Bride. And so I'm like, why? We were all kind of sitting here going, why didn't they just run with that? Why didn't they make like a 15-minute short movie where Deadpool goes and kills like a gangster thug or teaches him how to the Christmas spirit, and then that's the story that he's reading Fred Savage.
It's a short little fun charity, because the release they're billing it as like a charity event. It's like $1 of all the tickets or whatever goes to
Fudge Cancer.
Fudge Cancer.
Fudge Cancer.
Which is, that's an admirable thing.
Yeah, that is cool.
My biggest thing is, people who aren't in the know with industry stuff and all of this, they're going to see this poster, which is a totally unique poster made for this. It says Once Upon a Deadpool, and they're going to be like, wait, what? Is this a new like surprise Christmas themed Deadpool movie?
Deadpool and Fred Savage are riding a reindeer.
At least as of yet, there's been no explicit marketing clarifying that this is, oh guys, just so you know, you've probably already seen this movie. It's Deadpool 2, just trimmed down to be PG-13.
Yeah.
There's nothing saying that.
They should have just made a PG-13 Deadpool Christmas movie.
Yeah. Just make it
starring Fred Savage.
Yeah. I mean, they 15, 20 minutes short, kind of like what they did with Olaf's Frozen Adventure. I don't know, I'm comparing it to Disney or that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That sort of approach, and then just play it before like Aquaman or something.
Yeah,
or
just add it, send it out as something that you can play.
Yeah.
Maybe
not play 30 previews and play this.
Exactly. Or this could have been something good for streaming.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I still just don't. I just don't understand why they're doing this.
And if it's not a wholly unique Christmas story, are we really gonna go see a watered down Deadpool when you have Aquaman and Bumblebee and Holmes and Watson?
Already.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean,
yes, of course, it's cool that they're doing the whole charity thing, but you set that aside, it just seems like the biggest cash grab I've ever seen.
I would rather just send my $1 to charity.
Yeah.
Than save like
I don't want $8. I don't want to sit through a crappier version of Deadpool 2. Yeah, it'll probably be a little bit funny, him talking to Fred Savage. I'm guessing it'll be a one-note joke. It'll be like, oh, look, it's the same as Princess Bride, but Fred Savage is older now.
Now, they do have to get that bedroom exact. You have to get that Princess Bride
for like the 4 minutes at the beginning and the 2 minutes at the very end.
But it will be funny for 1 minute.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
Deadpool 2
wasted opportunity.
Deadpool 2 was okay to begin with, Like you said earlier, I mean, I haven't really thought about it afterwards. It didn't have a whole lot of lasting staying power.
If I think of Deadpool, the scenes that come to mind all are from the first movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing from the second movie.
I don't know. I just think if they're going to do this, which they are, they better hurry up and clarify to the audiences that, hey, statistically, you've probably already seen this movie. Just so you know.
Who knows? Yeah. Maybe the more marketing comes out, the more that they'll address that. Maybe they'll make jokes about it.
I'm sure they'll try and cover up all of this stuff with fourth wall jokes.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe that's what they're going to do in the coming days. But
I can just see Fred Savage being like, wait, so who would re-edit a movie that already came out and change the rating and then just add a 2-minute intro scene and then re-release it in theaters?
And then Deadpool's like, yuck, 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 that's me. Yeah.
Corporate hacks.
I would feel upset
So they
if,
could be doing
if
that
Deadpool
soon.
didn't be like true love at some point. I would be like, this is just such a waste.
Who knows? I don't like the idea of it, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
It's happening, and at least it's for a good cause. If it
you-
wasn't for the cause, I would just be off board on it completely. But they did sucker me in with this fudge cancer campaign.
Everybody.
If anybody goes to see it.
you
Not
don't-
that's a mean way to say it. Not sucker me in,
Yeah.
but it's but it's at least like a good way of being
Do
like,
you like
oh,
cancer?
Yeah.
If you don't see this movie, you must love cancer.
exactly.
You must
So-
support the pro-cancer agenda of killing people.
Yeah.
If not, and you're anti-cancer and you want to stop cancer dead in its tracks,
You better
go
come see
this
Once Upon a
movie.
Deadpool.
Yeah. They
But
could just
I've
play it
already
at that
seen
route.
Deadpool 2. Are you saying you love cancer?
Yeah,
Okay, fine. I'll see it.
No.
that'd
Yeah,
be much
so-
better. Everybody just take your dollar and go donate it to Fudge Cancer, whatever it's
Save
called.
yourself 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and then watch it on YouTube after it comes out.
I mean,
The Fred
Could be.
Savage parts.
Yeah. Oh, you know it's gonna happen. It'll probably be on like every main public website or publication.
yeah.
It's like
Every
here's
entertainment.
here's the hilarious Fred Savage intro from Once Upon a Deadpool,
And then you'll laugh for that 1 minute.
and it's like, Cool.
Kyle will be like, the bedroom looks the same.
they did it.
I know that this might seem funny to be so harsh on this one thing, but they really do have to nail that bedroom.
If they don't, then they can just use the
Then
cop
what-
out of making a fourth wall joke. And
But
be like,
then what's the
I
point
feel
having
like this
Fred
room
Savage?
isn't quite the same, and then they
True,
don't have to worry
but-
about it.
God. Okay, fine.
'Cause
Yeah.
Deadpool can cover up every flaw with a fourth wall joke.
I think they should change one thing about the bedroom and make the bed a water bed.
It's super random.
I mean,
I think that would just be fun to see it like squish, squish.
yeah, they would have
with
to
him on it.
They have to play up to that, and I might be okay if they did.
Like this is his adult bedroom.
Yeah. Like it has all the toys and stuff, but it just has the
Like a
water
water bed.
Like I'd be down for that. That would be the one thing I would allow. But
Oh,
Yeah.
otherwise, nail the bedroom.
Well, I feel like there's going to be a lot of other options because that comes out December 12th, and I think it runs only until Christmas Day. So, I mean, you have 13 days to check out Once Upon a Deadpool.
13 Days of Deadpool.
Oh, you know that they're gonna. Oh man, I didn't even think of that. They're gonna play that too. Are they gonna market this?
I don't know. As far as I know, the
'Cause they were
only
weird with
advertising
their-
I've seen is on these like these websites that whose job is to
Why
talk
don't
about this
they
stuff.
just have a Deadpool website and then do
I guess we could
13
look up.
Days of Deadpool and then
There you
put
go.
out like 13 mini videos of culminating in the big Fred Savage story one. I
I'm sure
would
we
have
could come up
actually
with
gone
better
online
ideas all day long.
and paid to see those videos.
Enter your credit
rather
card
than
number, and then
this.
you have access to 13 Days of Deadpool. There you go.
Yeah, and it could be like a yearly thing. Like every year you have Hallmark and 13 Days of Deadpool.
I would not come back a second year, but yes, you could do that.
I would come back a second year if they were all brand new stories again. Just Ryan Reynolds till he's 80 in Deadpool costumes. Be like, not another
To be
Christmas
fair, with
special.
the makeup they give him, he probably could play that character for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because his age is just going to be covered up by his deformities.
And I guess
True.
his deformities, you could like chisel some pecs and stuff
Yeah,
on
there
when
you
his
go.
body goes.
Chisel some pecs.
Yeah.
He'll always be ripped. He'll always look godly.
power.
There's always horse
money.
tranquilizers
Yes, there's always
and
that.
otter steroids out there.
There's always that. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe they'll market it. Maybe they won't. They're always weird with marketing, so who knows?
I mean, they better.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I mean, I think that's everything.
Yeah,
That
I
wraps
think
it
we're all
up for
good.
this week. Go see
Overlord?
Grinch with your family. Take your mommies. And I guess if you have a big brother or something, go take him to Grinch.
Take
I thought you were
take-
gonna say
yeah.
take him to Overlord.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't
Oh, yeah,
mean to
that
say
was a
Overlord.
There's a
I
Freudian
just
slip.
Totally
There's a Freudian
blocked-
slip. Cody knows Overlord's the movie to see.
I'm totally blocking Overlord out of my brain. It just
Like
does
you
not
said
exist.
that, and I was like,
keep
that
saying
doesn't
that.
sound right.
It just doesn't exist in my world at all. Pre-programmed like a
Grinch,
Stepford
only the
wife.
Grinch.
You heard it from Cody. Grinch is, whatever. Overlord's where it's at. Cool.
Oh, all right. Well, take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
See you later.